Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done, but we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings, we saw the merchandise sales, we saw the attendance.
Caitlin Clark played a terrible game, shot 4 of 17 from the field. The Indiana Fever got curb stomped by the Connecticut Sun.
Did you see the WNBA's viewership numbers after Caitlin Clark left? They dropped by almost 50%. That's insane, right? It's like half the fans just vanished overnight. But you know what's even crazier? AJ Wilson is out here claiming it's all about race. She's saying Clark only got popular because she's white. Is Wilson spitting facts or just stirring up drama? We're about to dive into this hot mess and figure out what's really going down. All right, let's talk about AJ Wilson's comments that have the WNBA buzzing. You won't believe what she just said about Caitlin Clark. It's like she threw a grenade into the league's locker room and everyone's scrambling to deal with the fallout. Picture this. Wilson's sitting there, probably feeling on top of the world. She's breaking records left and right, dominating the court like nobody's business. Then out of nowhere, she starts talking about Clark's privilege. Says the only reason Clark's getting all this attention is because she's white. Can you believe that? It's like she's trying to rewrite the whole narrative of the league. But here's the thing. Wilson isn't just some random player running her mouth. She's a bona fide superstar. She's out there breaking records that seemed untouchable. You want to know what record she just smashed? Wilson just became the first player ever to hit 1,000 points in a single WNBA season. That's insane. She blew past the old record of 939 points like it was nothing.
That's great, and you have an opportunity to come back the next game and, try to play a little bit better and give yourself a chance to take it back home and win.
Well, people say, all of a sudden, I'm now interested in something I wasn't before. Look at the attendance, look at the viewership. And then they watch the games, and she's constantly being abused. She was stabbed in the eye last night.
Man, she was coming off the pinks, let the freeze go.
Yeah.
Enrique come down, let one go.
Yeah.
She said, wow. She said, I'm tired right now. Hey, Kelsey, take that one.
Imagine being in that arena when it happened. The crowd's going wild, holding up signs, giving her a standing ovation. It's a moment that should be all about celebrating her incredible achievement, but instead she's out here throwing shade at Clark. So, what's really going on here? Is Wilson just jealous of all the attention Clark's getting, or is there something deeper at play? She's talking about marketing disparities, saying, it really is because you can be top-notch at what you are as a black woman, but yet maybe that's something that people don't want to see. That's heavy stuff, right? It's not just about who's scoring more points anymore. It's about who gets the spotlight, who gets the deals, who gets to be the face of the league. But here's where it gets messy. Some fans and analysts are hitting back hard. They're saying Wilson's playing the victim card, trying to deflect attention from her own game.
But she has to adopt this mindset of, I'm owed this, and you white girls need to back your ass up.
Post Caitlin Clark is the sports version of white flight and gentrification.
Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer.
They're telling her to focus on improving her skills instead of pointing fingers. And you know what's crazy? The WNBA's caught right in the middle of this mess. They've got Wilson breaking records and speaking out about racial issues. They've got Clark pulling in massive viewership numbers. And now they've got this powder keg of tension between their stars. While the WNBA is dealing with star drama, Caitlin Clark's making moves that could change everything. She's heading to Europe, leaving fans and the league scratching their heads. What's pushing the rookie sensation across the Atlantic?
That's great, and you have an opportunity to come back the next game and, try to play a little bit better and give yourself a chance to take it back home and win.
Well, people say, all of a sudden, I'm now interested in something I wasn't before. Look at the attendance, look at the viewership. And then they watch the games, and she's constantly being abused. She was stabbed in the eye last night.
Man, she was coming off the pinks, let the freeze go.
Yeah.
Enrique come down, let one go.
Yeah.
She said, wow. She said, I'm tired right now. Hey, Kelsey, take that one.
Picture this. You're Caitlin Clark, the hottest rookie in the WNBA. You're breaking records left and right, pulling in millions of viewers. Everything's going great, right? Wrong. Behind the scenes, Clark's dealing with a whole different ballgame. Let's break it down. Clark was absolutely killing it on the court. She was dishing out assists like candy, sinking shots from downtown, and grabbing rebounds like her life depended on it. But something wasn't right. Clark was getting hammered out there. And I'm not talking about tough defense. I'm talking about hits that'd make an NFL linebacker wince. You know what Clark told reporters? She said, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with." Can you imagine? Here's this rookie sensation and she's basically saying she's got a target on her back. But here's where it gets wild. The refs? They're not doing a thing about it. It's like they're watching a different game. Clark's out there getting knocked around like a pinball, and the whistles are silent. One commentator even said it felt like she was watching a UFC match instead of a basketball game. That's insane. So what's the real reason Caitlin Clark chose Europe over the WNBA? It's not just about escaping tough defense. Clark's running from a league that couldn't protect her. Think about it. You're a star player, bringing in massive crowds, and the league can't even keep you safe on the court. That's not just disappointing, it's dangerous. Europe's offering Clark something the WNBA couldn't. Respect, safety, and yeah, probably a fat paycheck too. But it's more than that. It's about playing in a league where she doesn't have to worry about getting clotheslined every time she drives to the hoop. Clark's departure might have solved her problems, but it opened up a whole new can of worms for the WNBA. The league's viewership just took a nosedive that's got everyone talking.
I mean, we all see it. It is what it is. I think that at the end of the day, I know who I am. And
Caitlin Clark, unanimous Rookie of the Year. But what's even more impressive, she's first team WNBA.
The Michael Jordan of the WNBA was assaulted, has a black eye during the second half of the game because Dejanay Carrington stabbed her with her fingernails in the eye.
What's the shocking number that's making waves, and how's Aja Wilson stirring the pot? You won't believe what happened to the WNBA's viewership after Clark left. It's like someone flipped a switch and turned off the lights. We're talking about a massive 50% drop. Half the fans just disappeared into thin air. Can you imagine that? One day you're packing arenas, the next you're wondering where everyone went. Remember when Clark was pulling in 1.8 million viewers? And get this, it was on an NFL Sunday. That's like going head-to-head with football and coming out on top. Now, the best the WNBA can do is 900,000 viewers. And that's for a big game with Aja Wilson, one of their biggest stars. It's like going from a sold-out concert to playing in a half-empty coffee shop. So what's going on here? Why did all these fans suddenly decide to tune out? Well, Aja Wilson's got a theory, and it's got everyone talking. She's out here claiming Clark only got popular because she's white. Talk about stirring the pot. Wilson's saying it's all about race, not skill. Can you believe that? It's like she's trying to rewrite the whole story of Clark's success. But here's the thing. The numbers don't lie. Clark was the draw. She was bringing in viewers like nobody's business, and now she's gone, and so are the fans. It's not just about losing a player, it's about losing a phenomenon.
Oh, you would think she would do this or the poking out like this. How are you going to go for the ball like this and then have your hand come down and hit her right in the eye?
Like Tiger, like MJ. We shouldn't hate on her. We should celebrate her, not tolerate her.
She's got to get out of there. They need a real enforcer. They need people that have Caitlin Clark's back.
Clark wasn't just good at basketball, she was must-see TV. Now the WNBA's in full-on panic mode. They're scrambling to figure out how to get those viewers back. It's like they've lost their secret sauce, and they don't know how to make it again. They're probably sitting in boardrooms right now, scratching their heads, wondering how one player could make such a huge difference. Hold up, though. While the WNBA is trying to solve their Caitlin Clark puzzle, Aja Wilson's stirring up a whole new controversy. She's pointing fingers at something way bigger than just one player leaving. What if the real issue isn't about talent, but about who gets the spotlight? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Race in women's basketball. It's a powder keg, and Wilson just lit the fuse. Wilson's out here saying Clark's popularity is all about being white. But is that really it? I mean, come on. Clark's pulling in fans from everywhere. Black, white, doesn't matter. People are tuning in because she's got game, right? But Wilson's comments? They're opening up a whole can of worms about race in sports. It's not just about who's got the best jump shot anymore. It's about who gets the endorsements, who gets the media coverage, who becomes the face of the league. And Wilson's saying black players are getting the short end of the stick. You know what's wild? The WNBA's player demographics. We're talking about a league where 80% of the players are black,
vocal about their fandom of her was because they were using her as a wedge and a weapon against the black women in the league.
That's how twisted and screwed up this WNBA thing and this sexuality thing is they got going on in the WNBA.
And so what she's doing, and you heard what she said, all those Caitlin Clark. I was at the All-Star game. She got one of the loudest ovations.
But who's getting all the attention? Who's on all the billboards? Wilson's basically saying there's a mismatch, and it's not cool. And it's not just Wilson. Cheryl Reeve, coach of the Minnesota Lynx, she's speaking up too. She's saying, it's not just about Caitlin. It's like she's trying to remind everyone that there's a whole league of talented players out there, not just one white rookie. So how is race playing a role in this Clark versus Wilson drama? It's like we're watching two different games. On one court, you've got Clark breaking viewership records and getting all this hype. On the other, you've got Wilson smashing scoring records and feeling like she's not getting her due. It's not just about skill anymore. It's about who gets the spotlight, who gets the deals. This isn't just drama. It's shaping the future of women's basketball. The WNBA's at a crossroads. They've got to figure out how to handle this, and fast. How do they market all their stars fairly?
The first woman to ever be the biggest star in American sports was assaulted 2 minutes into the game.
That's not the first time that Caitlin has received a flagrant foul. I thought she tried to block somebody's shot. She hit somebody upside the head. I don't know if they called it a flagrant foul, but if they did,
They're trying to act like it's somehow virtuous that women are degrading and trying to eliminate Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Let's keep it real.
How do they make sure every player feels valued regardless of race? These are big questions, and the answers could change the game forever. All right, let's wrap this up. This Clark-Wilson drama? It's not just about two players butting heads. It's exposing some serious cracks in the WNBA system. The league's got to step up their game, and fast. They need to protect their stars, tackle these race issues head on, and figure out how to keep fans glued to their screens.
Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. The money is there, and if these owners are smart with it, I could definitely see more WNBA players going overseas.
What's next for the WNBA? That's the million-dollar question. They're at a crossroads, and the choices they make now could change women's basketball forever. Will they find a way to market all their stars fairly? Can they create a league where every player feels valued, no matter their race? One thing's for sure. Women's basketball is never going to be the same after this. The ball's in the WNBA's court now. Let's see if they can score.